So exercise is basically what is called as targeted physical activity. It is a subset of physical activity which is planned, structured, repetitive, and this is the most important point. It has a final or an intermediate objective to improve or maintain physical fitness. So, but what about, let's talk about the benefits of exercise. This is something that all of us know. Exercise definitely improves sleep. It improves our bone mineral density. And this is a major reason why all of us must be active and certainly must be exercising. It helps in weight management because remember, inactivity is the #1 cause of obesity. It reduces our risk of diabetes, reduces our risk of blood pressure, reduces cholesterol, and subsequently reduces our risk of developing a cardiovascular event. It may even reduce our risk of developing some cancers just because we're healthy. But what happens nowadays with exercise and why people dread this term is because the moment you say exercise, another person is talking about how they ran a half marathon or how they ran a full marathon or how they're preparing for some mountaineering race. And it can sort of bog you down, and you may start thinking that exercise is not for me because exercise clearly is associated with these feats of endurance and ultra endurance. And this is what, so, the moment you type exercise on YouTube or in Google, you're going to be given all these images of people lifting and jumping and running and doing CrossFit. And to a person who has a 12-hour workday and a 24-hour schedule at home, because, working from home is endless. There are no deadlines, there are no final end times to it. Incorporating a time-consuming and physically and mentally draining activity like this, can be a challenge. So it doesn't have to be like that. I'm here to tell you that you don't have to run a marathon or you don't have to run an ultra marathon to exercise, because there are. So before I get to that, let's talk about the movements that all of us go through at home and how we can convert those movements into exercise. So let's talk about exercise at home, and let's talk about, what we do at home. We're walking at home. All of us walk at home, right? At least from the bed to our desk, from the desk to the washroom, from the washroom to the kitchen. So there is a certain, amount of walking that goes on in there. Definitely, if we have stairs in the house, we climb up the stairs, right? It's non-negotiable. If you live on the 10th floor, if you live on the 5th floor in India, there are chances that you probably have to walk up at least at some stage. The next one is we sit at our desk. This is the most common. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to switch the slide and it's sliding a little bit. So we're going to go back and forth. We definitely sit at our desk for prolonged periods of time. And sometimes this, desk can be swapped by the sofa in a living room. It can be swapped by our bed. But, the bottom line stays the same. We have plonked ourselves on some surface for a very long time where we are completely rested. Our back is rested, our legs are rested, and only our fingers are active and our brain is active, correct? And the next one is we stretch, because we sit for so much time that even if we don't want to, we end up stretching a little bit just to momentarily relieve the tightness. And the last thing is that we look at ourselves in the mirror all day, every day. And don't tell me you don't do that because you're lying. All of us look at ourselves in the mirror. All of us look at an aspirational self of ourselves in the mirror and promise ourselves that kal se main gym jayega and kal se ye karega, kal se wo karega.